And never is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. This is not a discouraging word. This is an encouraging word for you. I do think it takes a lot of courage to be an entrepreneur, to be a coach, to be a solopreneur, and put yourself out there in the variety of ways that we do, whether it's email, video, saying yes to being on a summit or a giveaway, doing an interview, creating a program and pricing it and asking people to follow you, all of that. Courage, courage. But sometimes courage alone doesn't do it. You need a little oomph. You need a little push, maybe a little help from somebody else. So this is my encouraging word for you today. I've been talking to people on my list because I wanted to find out where you guys are at, what you're doing, what you want to accomplish, where you're struggling, what makes you stop. And there have been some recurring themes that I've discovered. And one of them is the voices in your head. The voices in your head that stop you from carrying through with the inspiration that you may have of what you want to do next, whether it is a video or writing an email or saying yes to being seen in some form. Those voices that come up, and they're not your voice. It's not your voice. It's somebody else's voice. It's something else that's coming up. And believe me, I've heard every one of them in my own head. The things that I've heard other people say, they see or hear in their own head are things like, this is never going to work. Who do you think you're kidding? Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody cares what you have to say. There are so many people that are so further ahead. You've waited too long. You're too old. You're too fat. You're too thin. Your hair's not right. You don't have the right equipment. Or if you have the right equipment, well, I'm not sure if it makes me look good. Or my favorite, you have no right to be saying this. You're not an expert. All those words, those are the discouraging words. And believe me, with all the things that we probably have to deal with, that you deal with on a daily basis, you don't need those discouraging words yammering in your head. Now, the difference between the people who actually do get on with it, make things happen, go forward with their inspiration or their idea, and those that maybe never get off the home base is this. This is what I believe. They have the grit to push over that speed bump that we often have at the beginning when we have to begin. Because there's no motivation, there's no, not motivation, there's no, I forgot the word. When you're already in motion, you're not already in motion. So you have no impetus to push you forward. You got to do it yourself. You got to oomph over that hump, that beginning hump. Sometimes it's hard, but you got to do it. So what was your inspiration? What were you going to do today? Is there something? Maybe you didn't even have it on your calendar, but you have this little inkling idea. I think I want to do this. Go do it. Push yourself over that little hump of how to begin, what to do. And if you don't know what to do, if you have an idea of what you'd like to do, but you don't know how, get some help. You can set up an appointment with me. Click on the little cute buffalo that'll be on the email, and you can set up a time with me. I'll tell you what your next step is. If I know what it is, probably do. So make sure you give yourself that oomph to get over that beginning bump, that beginning speed bump, that because you have no already in motion action, it's going to be a little harder. And every time we do something, it's a begin. Every single time we do something, no matter how many videos I've made, the one I'm going to make, I have to begin. You got to set up your lights, make sure your sound is good, everything looks good. Do you look the way you want? Got to do all that. Yeah, it's not a big deal. But what you have to share is a big deal. And I believe if you have an inspiration to do something, to say something, to write something, to video something, that's the thing you are to be doing. That's your guidance. That's your divine inspiration. So whatever it was or is for today, I encourage you to go do it. I am sharing courage with you. I am sending you courage to go over that hump, to begin and do that thing. And here's the real truth. To get better at something that you don't feel so great at is to do that thing. It's the only way. It's the only way to get better at anything. Do that thing. You need help? Click on the cute buffalo. Set up a time with me. I'll give you my opinion of what I think would be a great next step for you if you don't know. So there you are, an encouraging word for you to go forward and create. And never is heard a discouraging word, and the sky is not cloudy all day. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Where is it? There.